Today I have a story about a border collie, which is a type of dog, a working dog, called Floss. And this book is by Kim Lewis. Floss lived in the countryside, in the dales probably, where there are a lot of sheep to be looked after. Floss was a young border collie who belonged to an old man in a town. She walked with the old man in the streets and loved playing ball with the children in the park. There she is, playing ball with the children. "My son is a farmer," said the old man. "He has a sheepdog who is too old to work. He needs a young dog to herd his sheep on the farm. He could train a border collie like you." They have to teach the dogs how to work with the sheep. So Floss and the old man travelled away from the town with its streets and its houses and the children playing ball in the park, and came to the heather-covered hills of a valley where nothing much grew except sheep. Very beautiful, but not much is there. Somewhere in her memory, Floss knew about sheep. Old Nell soon showed her how to round them up. The farmer trained her to run wide and lie down or walk on behind, to shed and to pen. She worked very hard to become a good sheepdog. There she is, working with the sheep. But sometimes Floss woke up at night while Nell lay sound asleep, and she remembered playing with the children and rounding up balls in the park. There she is asleep, look, and there's Nell in the corner having a nice rest. The farmer took Floss up to the hill one day to see if she could gather the sheep on her own. She was rounding them up when she heard a sound. At the edge of the field, the farmer's children were playing with a brand new black and white ball. Dear, what's going to happen? Floss remembered all about children. She ran to play with their ball. She showed off her best nose kicks, her best passes. She did her best springs in the air. "Hey, Dad, look at this," yelled the children. "Look at Floss." The sheep started to drift away. The sheep escaped through the gate and into the yard. There were sheep in the garden, sheep on the road. "Floss, lie down!" The farmer's voice was like thunder. "You are supposed to be working on this farm, not playing." He took Floss back to the doghouse. Floss lay and worried about balls and sheep. She dreamed about the streets of a town, the hills of a valley, children and farmers all mixed up together, while Nell had to round up the stray sheep. But Nell was too old to work every day, and Floss had to learn to take her place. She worked so hard to gather sheep well that she was too tired to dream any more. The farmer was pleased and ran Floss in the dog trials. "She's a good worker now," the old man said. That's where the dogs all go and compete with one another to see who's the best sheepdog. The children still wanted to play with their ball. "Hey, Dad," they asked, "Oh, can old Nell play now?" But Nell didn't know about children and play. "No one can play ball like Floss," they said. So the farmer gave it some thought. "Go on then," he whispered to Floss. The children kicked the ball high into the air. Floss remembered all about children. She ran to play with their ball. She showed off her best nose kicks, her best passes. She did her best springs in the air, and they all played ball together. Having a good time, aren't they? There they are. That's the end of the book. Hope you enjoyed that.